Hi guys, this is Dr. Khan and hope you guys are all doing well and this reaches you on all levels of positivity. Today I'm going to be talking to you about ways to stay grounded when dealing with a narcissist. If you come from a dysfunctional family or you have some distorted cultural values or dysfunctional cultural values within your culture or distorted lenses due to culture and that have overlapped with religion and created a mess. Basically, you probably have a narcissist in your life. It may be a mother-in-law, it may be a spouse, a sibling, extended family. So today I'm going to talk to you about how to stay grounded when they start attacking you or when these individuals start putting you down. How do you deal with that? Okay, so first let's talk about, because once you're aware of it, you can change it. If you're not aware of it, you can't change it and the patterns will continue. Okay, so let's talk about what toxic talk is. There's a lot of toxic talk when you deal with individuals with narcissistic tendencies. They will bring up something from the past. They will say things like, "You always have to find something wrong and stand up to people," as if something is wrong with you because you're standing up for yourself and confronting. They will use another method called gaslighting. Basically, they will pretend like nothing, whatever they said never even happened, or they'll say, "Oh, I never said that. That never happened." Meanwhile, just an hour ago, the person said exactly what you heard them say. They'll say things like, "Nobody likes you. You always have to express yourself. You have no friends." Meanwhile, you do have tons of friends, but they'll make you seem like you have no friends. Why do you do stuff like this? Why does stuff like this always happen to you? Comments, they'll make a comment like that. You have a problem with everybody. Even your own family doesn't like you. You make a big deal out of everything. You don't have a right to feel unhappy about relationships. You don't. Your partner basically, or that person never wants to be alone with you. They secretly enjoy your misery. They tone down your accomplishments. They, if you're in a relationship with a narcissist, person with narcissistic tendencies, you can't be vulnerable in front of this person because this person will use your feelings and your vulnerabilities against you. And these are some ways, some type of toxic talk that happens when you're dealing with individuals with narcissistic tendencies. Well, how do we handle it and how do we stay grounded when these individuals are part of our lives at the moment? So you want to remember there's covert narcissist and then there's overt narcissist. The overt narcissists are very obvious. They're very, very, very self-absorbed, very arrogant, and they can't see your feelings. It's all about their feelings. They're very obvious. The covert aren't so obvious. These individuals actually like your misery. They'll secretly enjoy the misery that you're in. And there's a list of other characteristics that go along with covert and versus overt narcissist, which you can actually find out later on in my next recordings. Okay, so now how do we stay grounded? Okay, this is how you stay grounded. Let's stay focused. Okay, number one, don't play their game. Identify the weapons they use. Okay, so identify the tools, the narcissistic tools that they use. If you know what they are, you'll be able to catch it and say, "Oh, I know what he's doing right now. Oh, I know what she's doing right now. I know what my mother-in-law is using right now." Okay, so number one, they try to drain you. Number two, they try to frustrate you. They use put downs. They control other people's faulty perceptions of them. Basically, they will try to make it seem like they're never wrong, that your perception of them is wrong. So you need to understand that they'll try to make you seem like you're crazy. They say you're disrespectful because you express yourself. That's a big one. Oh, how could you express yourself? You're so disrespectful. They won't see you. They won't understand you. They won't see your feelings. They minimize you. They inject put downs in such a subliminal way. They will put you down in very, very, very sneaky ways. So just be aware of that. They get defensive when you express yourself or when you correct them. You can complain about everyone else to them but them. So you can control by, when you're complaining about everybody else, you're okay, you're their best, you're their friend, you're their best friend. But as soon as you point a finger at them, forget it. They use your old wounds to attack you, to make you feel vulnerable. They blame you. Oh my goodness, that's a big one. They blame. They make you feel guilty for your successes. They will always say they did nothing wrong. Another big one. Here you go expressing yourself again. Here you go expressing yourself again. So as soon as you open your mouth, and it's a criticism or a constructive criticism, forget it. It's not allowed. And sometimes they have baby tantrums. They slam doors. They throw things. They yell. Yeah. Baby tantrums. That's what I call it. Narcissistic baby tantrums. Okay. So number 1 was identifying the weapons that the individual with narcissistic tendencies is using. Know them. Know them by heart. Number 2, identify the triggers. Identify the triggers that this person is bringing out in you. So remember, there's the attachment trauma trigger, and then there's the abandonment trauma trigger. What do I mean by that? Like I said, as we were in my other recordings, as you were growing up, if you come from a dysfunctional family, you attract individuals with narcissism, and you may have codependency issues, or vice versa. So what happens when the individual is using these tools to attack you? They are opening up some old wounds. So either it may be the attachment trauma where you're like, I'm not enough because my mother never validated me or my father never validated me. So you have that attachment trauma that you never got that as a child, or your codependency issues start amplifying. And then there's the abandonment trauma. Oh no, he's going to leave me. I will be alone. I can't do this alone. Oh my goodness. So if you've had a family where it was very dysfunctional and it's very chaotic, father leaving, coming in and out, going back to his country or to her country for whatever issue. So you had, as a child, you always felt like, okay, my parents might be leaving, my dad might be leaving, my mother, she seems like she doesn't even see me because she's always busy helping everybody else in the world and not having a real relationship with me. So some of these triggers will be triggered. So you need to know which one it is. Is it the attachment trauma? Is it the abandonment trauma? Or is it both? So again, awareness is key to life, right? So as you're aware of it, you can understand it and you can observe yourself. Number 3, you want to use personal power. So as this person with narcissistic individuals is having a tantrum, he's slamming the door, he's throwing things because you started expressing yourself. You want to hold on to yourself. You want to say to yourself, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. I have a right to my feelings. I have a right to my feelings. He's just having a big baby tantrum. He's having a big baby tantrum. Okay, again, I'm going to hold on to myself. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. I have a right to my feelings. I can express myself. And he's just having a big baby tantrum. Or my mother-in-law is just having a big baby tantrum. Whoever it is, whoever that person is in your life. Number 4, identify how you feel, accept how you feel, and let it pass. So as this is all happening, or this person is trying to drain you or frustrate you or whatever it is that whatever tools this individual is using, you want to identify how you're feeling as you're going through it. Accept it, how you're feeling, and then let it pass. Okay, so let's review. Number 1, how do you stay grounded? Identify the weapons the individual with narcissistic tendencies is using. Know them by heart. Identify the triggers. Is it attachment trauma that's triggering inside of you, or is it the abandonment trauma? Number 3, use your personal power. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. He's just having a baby tantrum. Number 4, identify how you feel, accept it, and let it pass. So the negativity or whatever feelings just pass, right? And you don't get sucked in. You don't get sucked in into their drama, into their misery, into their tantrums, right? That's how you stay grounded. Stay grounded. Again, you don't have to stay in these relationships if they get extremely abusive or at all. But if you do have someone in your life like that, at the moment, this is how you can deal with them. So just send you lots of love and peace and blessings, and take care. I hope this helped. Okay, bye.